So our today lecture is about spontaneous and induced mutations. Mutation is a continuous process which occurs in all living organisms, and mutation is an alteration in the genetic material of an organism. Mutations can be classified as spontaneous and induced mutations. The spontaneous mutations are the result of errors in natural biological processes such as DNA replication. The errors in the DNA replication process are the spontaneous lesions. The damage in DNA damage to the DNA molecule. It also creates a spontaneous mutations. Are the transposable genetic elements. They are also the cause of the spontaneous mutations. The spontaneous mutations, they are generally accidental. They occur as an accident. There are no specific agents associated with the occurrence of the spontaneous mutations. The spontaneous mutations, they may result from the errors in DNA replication. So DNA replication process is very precise. It occurs before every cell division. But sometimes errors may occur in the replication process. Due to this, there are certain segments of the DNA, they will change. So the spontaneous mutations, they may occur as a result of errors during the replication process. So here is the DNA synthesis during the replication process. A new strand of DNA is being synthesized from the 5' end towards the 3' end. So this is the normal process of DNA synthesis during the replication process. From the DNA synthesis occurs from the template strand, complementary to the template strand, a new strand of DNA is synthesized. This is very precise process, but sometimes errors may occur. There may be two scenarios. In scenario one, the newly synthesized strand, it may loop out. For example, here the newly synthesized strand, it may loop outward. So there is the outward looping of the adenine nucleotide. So due to this, one nucleotide is added on the new strand. So the looping of one nucleotide, adenine nucleotide, it results in an extra addition of adenine nucleotide. So the result is the new strand has an extra nucleotide and extra adenine nucleotide. So this is one scenario during which the newly synthesized strand, it loops out and there is an extra nucleotide, addition of an extra nucleotide. In this case, there is an extra addition of nucleotide adenine. In scenario 2, the template strand may loop out. Here is the template strand which is from the 3' end towards the 5' end. If the template strand it loops out, what would result? So as a result, one nucleotide is omitted on the new strand. A newly synthesized DNA strand has one nucleotide omitted. And in the case, there would be the 4 adenine nucleotides, but due to the looping of the template strand, now the one adenine nucleotide is omitted and only there are 3 adenine nucleotides left. The result is the new strand is missing, a nucleotide, adenine nucleotide is missing. So this was the error in DNA replication process. Due to this error, the spontaneous mutations are caused. Another cause of the spontaneous mutations are the damage to the DNA molecule. So this damage to the DNA molecule, it may take different forms. One is the depurination. Then second is the deamination of cytosine to uracil. There may be the deamination of cytosine nucleotide into the uracil nucleotide. Another one is the deamination of adenine to the hypoxanthine. So then alkylation of base, maybe there is the base is alkylated, so this is one of the cause of the spontaneous ligands of the damage to the DNA molecule. Or insertion or deletion of nucleotide, a single nucleotide may be inserted or it may be added to the DNA molecule. This is also one of the cause of the damage to the DNA molecule. Or base analog incorporation, or maybe the base analog may be incorporated into the DNA molecule. So these are the different reasons or causes for the damage to the DNA molecule. Due to these effects, the DNA molecule is changed, or there is the spontaneous mutation in the DNA molecule due to these different processes. Transposable genetic elements, they are also one cause of the spontaneous mutations. Here is the transposable element is shown here. It may be inserted into a DNA molecule. So due to the insertion of the transposable element, this segment of DNA molecule, it is mutated. So transposable genetic element, they are one of the cause of the spontaneous mutations. So if we look here at possibility number one, the transposable element, it is inserted into this segment of the gene. So the protein product in this case is not functional. A gene which was functional before, due to the addition of transposable element, no, it is not functional. The protein will not be synthesized. So the transposable genetic elements are also one of the cause of the spontaneous mutations. So the second class of mutations, they are the induced mutations. Induced mutations result from the influence of extraneous external factors. So the induced mutations, the second class are the mutations which are the induced mutations, they result from the influence of the external factors. These external factors, they may be natural or artificial agents. So some of these factors, one of them is the radiation from cosmic and mineral sources. The radiation coming from the cosmic or the mineral sources is one cause of the induced mutations. They can cause mutations in the genetic material. Then the second one is the ultraviolet radiation coming from the sun. This is the biggest source of the ultraviolet radiation, one of the major causes of the induced mutations. Every living organism is exposed to this ultraviolet radiation coming from the sun. So the mutations, they are a continuous process in the living organism due to the exposure to the UV light coming from the sun. The mutations, they can be induced artificially. So there was the first report of the mutations by X-rays was in 1927. It was reported by Hermann J. Muller that mutations can be caused in Drosophila due to the effect of X-rays. So X-rays were reported as mutagenic agents causing mutations in Drosophila in 1927. This report was made by Hermann J. Muller. In 1928, Lever J. Stadler reported that X-rays could induce mutations in barley. So X-rays are one of the mutagenic agents. Mutagenic agents are those chemicals or natural sources which can cause mutations in the genetic material. The materials which induce mutations in the genetic material are known as mutagenic agents. So first mutagenic agent reported was X-rays. X-rays were reported to cause mutations in Drosophila in 1927 and in barley in 1928. Numerous other natural and synthetic chemical agents are also mutagenic. Some of the natural mutagenic agents, these are cycacin from the cycas plant and mycotoxin produced by various fungi, and at least two unidentified toxic agents are reported to be mutagenic. These toxic agents, they are produced or extracted from the bracken plant, which is one class of the gymnosperm. So these are the natural mutagenic agents: cycacin, mycotoxin, and two unidentified toxic agents. These are the natural mutagenic agents. Some chemical agents, they are also mutagenic. These mutagenic chemical agents include alkylating agents such as ethyl methane sulfonate. One of them, one of the chemical mutagenic agent is the ethyl methane sulfonate and N-methyl and nitrosourea. So these two chemical mutagenic agents, ethyl methane sulfonate and N-methyl and nitrosourea, they can induce point mutations in DNA.